Welcome to the deep dive. Ever wondered what lies just beyond the usual Kyoto tourist spots? Today we're diving into Uji. It's this smaller area south of the city center, really famous for, well, two big things. Incredible green tea and the amazing Byadoin Temple.
Exactly. And Uji, it's not just, a quick side trip. It really has its own deep story.
Right.
So we'll cover the must-sees, a bit of the history, why it's important, how to actually get around, and basically give you a solid feel for what makes Uji special.
Okay, let's jump right in. The absolute must-sees. And I think we kind of have to start with the big one, right? Byadoin Temple.
Oh, absolutely. No question. It's 11th century, not far from central Kyoto. And it's not just old, it's, significant.
Significant how?
It houses this really famous seated Buddha statue made by Jocho. He was a huge deal in Japanese Buddhist sculpture.
Oh, okay.
And the whole place, the architecture, the garden setting, it just flows together. It was designed for peace,
Yeah, I've seen pictures. And I heard autumn. It was like a time ago.
Definitely. The fall leaves are spectacular, just bursts of color against the temple, really stunning.
Nice.
And here's a pro tip. Your entrance ticket. It also gets you into the Byadoin Temple Museum, Hoshokan.
Oh, cool. So more than just the main hall.
Yeah, way more history, artifacts. It really helps you appreciate the whole site more deeply.
Great advice. So after soaking in Byadoin, what's next? Where do we head?
Well, right outside the temple, basically, you'll find Byadoin Omotesando.
Omotesando, that's the shopping street.
Exactly. But it's very Uji-centric. Think matcha.
Yeah.
Lots and lots of matcha.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, matcha everything. Powder, sweets, snacks. Perfect place to taste Uji's famous tea and maybe grab some souvenirs.
A matcha paradise, then. Okay, so temples, matcha. I know the Uji River is a big part of the landscape, too.
It really is. The river itself is lovely. You've got these charming tea houses along the banks, nice for a stroll. But the really unique thing, especially in summer, is the cormorant fishing. Ukai, they call it.
Cormorant fishing. Okay, that sounds different. Tell me more.
It's ancient. Like Heian era ancient. We're talking over 1,000 years old.
Wow.
Fishermen use these big torches on their boats at night, attracts the fish, and then they have trained cormorants. Birds dive down and help catch them.
Birds catching fish for them. Seriously.
Seriously. It's quite a spectacle. The firelight on the water, the birds.
Can you actually, watch this happen?
You absolutely can. Between July and September, they run boat tours specifically so you can watch the fishing up close.
That sounds incredible. A real connection to history.
It truly is a very memorable experience if you're there in the summer.
Okay, adding that to the summer list, what other spots should be on our radar in Uji?
Well, there's Ujigami Shrine. It's easy to get to. Very peaceful vibe. It's smaller than Byadoin, but definitely worth seeing.
Okay, a quieter spot.
And then if you head up into the hills a bit, the northern part of Uji City, you find Mimurotoji Temple.
Mimurotoji. That's the flower temple, isn't it?
That's the one. Founded about 1,200 years ago. It lives up to the name. Amazing flowers depending on the season. Hydrangeas, azaleas, just waves of color.
Sounds beautiful.
And continuing on, there's Koshoji Temple. This one has a pretty unique architectural claim.
Oh, yeah. What's special about Koshoji?
They say it has the only wooden pagoda in the whole Tokai area.
Really? A wooden pagoda?
Yeah, quite distinct. And the grounds are lovely, too, very serene. You also probably cross Ujibashi Bridge.
Just a bridge.
Well, it's more than just a way across the river. It's this nice timber bridge, kind of marks the entrance to souvenir shops, and you get great views from it.
Okay, picture spot. Got it.
And for anyone interested in Japanese literature, there's the Tale of Genji Museum.
The classic. But what if you haven't read it? Is it still worth visiting?
Oh, absolutely. It gives you this fantastic window into, the aristocratic culture of that Heian period when the novel was set and written.
I see. So more about the historical context.
Exactly. You don't need to be a Genji expert to get a lot out of it. And one more tip. If things feel a bit crowded, try Sawarabi Street. It's quieter, more local feeling.
Good to have an escape route. So Uji's packed with sights. Let's shift a bit to the history, the why. We keep mentioning green tea. It seems fundamental.
It absolutely is. Uji's reputation for top-tier green tea goes back centuries. Kyoto itself was where tea cultivation started in Japan, right? And Uji just perfected it. The climate, the soil, the specific techniques developed over generations, it creates this really distinct, high-quality tea. You still find these old, respected tea shops carrying on that tradition.
And it's not just about drinking the tea, is it? The variety seems huge.
Oh, yeah. You've got matcha powder at all different levels, different price points. Then there are the matcha-laced baked goods, which are often ridiculously good. And hojicha, that roasted green tea, also fantastic. The gift shops are full of options.
Sounds delicious. You also mentioned something about soba noodles and water.
Right. It's interesting. You know how Fushimi nearby is famous for sake?
Yeah, the breweries.
A big reason is the soft groundwater there. They call it Fushimizu, underground water. Well, that same kind of soft water quality in the region is apparently great for making soba, buckwheat noodles.
Ah, I see the connection.
And Uji puts its own spin on it with cha soba, green tea soba, using that high-quality local tea, of course.
Green tea noodles. Okay, Uji's importance is definitely tied to its landmarks, but also deeply, deeply rooted in tea and related foods. Makes sense. Now, practicalities. Getting there from Kyoto. Easy.
Yeah, pretty straightforward, actually. You just hop on the JR Nara line from Kyoto Station. Takes you right to JR Uji Station.
Okay, simple enough.
And the good news is, once you're at JR Uji Station, a lot of the main things we've talked about, Bayodon, the Omotesando Street, the river area, they're all reasonably close. It's quite walkable.
That's great. So you don't necessarily need to figure out local buses or taxis for the main highlights.
For the core attractions near the station, probably not. It makes exploring pretty relaxed.
Excellent. Now, the question lots of people ask, daily costs. What's it like living or spending a day in Uji, budget-wise? Did we find anything on that?
You know, that's one area where the information we looked at was silent. No specifics on daily budgets or cost of living in Uji itself.
Okay, fair enough. We can only go on what we have.
Exactly. So, unfortunately, can't give a detailed breakdown on that front.
Understood. Okay, well, let's switch back to advice then. If someone's planning a day trip, how would you suggest they tackle Uji? What's a good game plan?
Right, a plan. I'd definitely say start with Byadoin Temple. It's the icon, right?
Makes sense. Get the big one done.
Yeah, and give yourself enough time, not just for the Phoenix Hall, but also for that Hoshoken Museum we mentioned. It really sets the stage, historically and artistically.
Okay, start with Byadoin in the museum. Then what?
Then it's a natural flow to wander down Byadoin Omotesando, grab some matcha ice cream, browse the shops, maybe pick up some tea, soak in that atmosphere.
Get the matcha fix.
Definitely. And if you're there in summer, July to September, you absolutely should try to see the cormorant fishing on the river in the evening. It's just so unique.
Okay, summer evening plan sorted. What about other priorities for a day trip?
Maybe pop over to Ujigami Shrine for a moment of calm. It's nearby and offers that peaceful contrast.
Nice.
If you love flowers and have a bit more time, making the effort to get to Mimuro Toji Temple, the flower temple, could be amazing, depending on the season.
Check what's blooming first.
Exactly. And if unique architecture is your thing, then checking out Koshoji Temple for that wooden pagoda would be worthwhile.
Okay, so layer in the shrines and other temples based on interest. What about the bridge and museum?
A walk across Ujibachi Bridge is easy to fit in, good for photos. The Tale of Genji Museum, maybe budget an hour or so if Japanese literature or that historical period fascinates you.
Gotcha. And if the crowds get intense?
That's when you duck onto Sawarabi Street for a quieter walk. Always good to have an alternative.
And we absolutely cannot forget the tea experience itself.
No way, you have to. Find a nice local tea shop or tea house. Many have proper tea rooms where you can sit, relax, and have a bowl of expertly prepared matcha with some traditional sweets.
That sounds like the perfect Uji moment.
It really is. It connects you directly to what makes Uji, well, Uji.
So, wrapping it all up, Uji really seems like this compelling package deal, doesn't it? You've got major history, stunning scenery, and this world-class tea culture all packed into one place.
Precisely. And it's so close to Kyoto, yet it feels distinct. You get those ancient temples, the beautiful river views, and everything revolves around tea in such a fascinating way. Great for a day trip, or honestly, even staying a bit longer to soak it all in.
So, maybe something to think about.
Yeah.
How does a place's long history, combined with its natural gifts like the river and the land, perfect for tea shape what it becomes? Its identity, its food, its whole vibe. Uji seems like a perfect and delicious example of that. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.